Hi everyone. So I was getting ready to record a video and I looked at my face and my face makeup was a mess. So I thought I would just share with you my kind of quick light to medium coverage mineral foundation routine, something like this. I did one with my very sheer light coverage, more sheer coverage already, so I will link that below. And yeah, so let's just get going. Mainly what I'm trying to do is I tend to, it comes and goes throughout the day, but I get a lot of redness in my nose and my cheeks and around my chin area. And so I'm just trying to get it all to look similar. So what I'm using for minerals is the Mercier mineral powder, and this one is in soft porcelain, which is the lightest shade they have. And I don't know how essential this is to the routine, but lately I've been using this Hourglass Mineral Veil primer, and interestingly enough, so I've changed my routine to exercise in the afternoon during my son's nap. Before I was getting up, I still get up at the same time, I still get up at 6, but what I was doing was exercising right then. I've never been one to like to exercise first thing in the morning, and I can't eat first, so I can't even have any coffee. It's kind of a bummer. So I was having some motivational issues lately, so I decided let's try doing it in the afternoon. And the kind of funny side bonus, some people would not consider it a bonus, but I kind of do, is then I can do my face makeup twice. So I do my face makeup around 7 o'clock in the morning, and then I exercise at like 1:30 or so. So I kind of get to test out for several hours that makeup, and then after that I use a like all over makeup remover type situation and put on a different face makeup. Or maybe the same if I was really liking it or wanted to test it again. And then I can wear that, so that will be like around 2:30 until I take my makeup off at 10, around 10 o'clock or so. So I can get almost a full 8 hours test in that, plus my kind of earlier tests in the day. I just have foundation issues, so I'm constantly struggling. Anyway, when I did this mineral foundation a couple days ago with this primer applied the way I'm going to apply it right now, literally about 8 hours later, I still had mineral powder on my nose, and I don't think I've ever used a foundation of any sort that has lasted that long on my nose. I am quite dry on the sides of my face, and my T-zone is moderately oily sometimes. And it's an oil that breaks down makeup really quickly. Anyway, get to the foundation part. So I just put the mineral primer in my T-zone. Now I'm going in with about this much of the mineral powder. I'm using the e.l.f. powder brush. This is the flat, well, it just says powder brush. You know this one. I also use this for applying when I want more coverage with the Laura Geller Balance and Brighten, and I have a video of that. So what I do is just kind of get the powder like more around the edges, so I'm not going in with the brush to all of that powder. And then I just kind of swirl it around, tap it, so that I have kind of a good amount in the brush, but not too much. Try to get rid of excess. Don't want a big blob like that in there. And then I just kind of slap it on. So the Laura Mercier, so you can see how much actually goes on here. Laura Mercier minerals are quite glowy. They definitely have a pronounced sheen, as you will be able to see here. So that may or may not be a finish that you enjoy. I currently have been enjoying more shimmery, glowy, sheeny type products, so that is fine with me. And this actually, using this brush, you can get quite a lot of coverage out of the mineral powder from Laura Mercier, which I never really associated it with being able to give much coverage, but once I started using a pretty dense powder brush that, for whatever reason, this one just works really well for me. I have a Sephora 56 brush, but it's so small. It's really a pain. I don't usually have lipstick on when I do. Like, how do I not get the brush in my lipstick? This is a challenge. All right. So one thing I do notice that I tend to do is I don't use much on my forehead, which is fine. I don't have issues on my forehead. But the problem is when you have freckles and you've got some coverage on part of your freckles, and then the already darker, because they're getting the most sun freckles, don't have much on them. All of a sudden it looks a little strange, like you have a lot more intense freckles on your forehead than anywhere else on your face. So I've been trying lately to make sure that I get a good amount of product on my forehead just so that everything kind of matches. So this is about it, nothing too special. I just feel like even with the dryness I have, this brush doesn't really doesn't enhance it too much. And I think the mineral powder itself really, it's a combination of the two, because I've used other things under it and it hasn't quite worked as well. I'm finding it quite difficult to actually talk and apply this at the same time. But I think that's about it. So I did use a little bit extra to do my forehead there, but other than that, I just used what I had poured out originally. I'm going to put some blush on, and I'm going to use the Mood Light from Hourglass, the Ambient Lighting Powder, because this is actually a lot stronger in color than you might think. So if you're fair, it works quite nicely for a blush. If you wear it all over, well, you've got a lot of pink on your face. For someone that already naturally has a lot of pink in their face, probably not the most useful thing. I've kind of gone back and forth on whether or not I want to try the yellow one, I think diffused light. Don't know. And I'm just, because I'm not shiny enough, I'm going to go in with the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder, and I'm just going to put that on my cheeks. My cheeks, they have a tendency to look dry, so we're going for full glowing factor here. So that's it. That is my kind of light to medium coverage foundation routine using the Laura Mercier Mineral Powder and Soft Porcelain. I feel like it gives a good amount of coverage. I really like the sheen it gives. It's easy. I have a problem with foundation settling into my pores, and as long as my skin isn't too dry, I don't have that issue. And so far, I'm still testing this process, but so far, not having any additional product on my face other than that Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer plus the mineral powder, I've had success where any other products will break down after 3 or 4 hours on my nose, but this one's stuck. I need to try having a bare nose using the primer, using a liquid foundation, see how that works. Bare nose plus just the mineral powder, bare nose plus just a liquid foundation to see if it's just the products underneath that are causing it to break down. I want to scientifically test this because I've never been able to have anything stick to my nose before. So anyway, this is totally off topic. Yeah, so I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions or comments below, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.